Hello, here. This is Mrs. V doing a small lecture on mole conversions today. So we learn a little bit about what a mole is and how to calculate molar mass. So now we're going to learn how to use molar mass. So let's look. What are conversions? Remember our conversions from the beginning of the year when we would talk about ones that you're used to doing from elementary school, when you went from inches to feet or from feet to yards. Those are all conversions. We're converting them to different things. We're here in chemistry going to use the molar mass to convert from grams to moles or to go from moles to grams. Okay. If you need some pages in your chemistry book to read, if you're trying to understand this a little bit more, pages 297 to 299 are really good at explaining the mole mass relationship. And that's the only one you need to know about. So there's only actually one conversion factor you're going to need to know, and that is our molar mass conversion factor. Now, conversion factors can be flipped back and forth, just like where we say 12 inches equals 1 foot. Or 1 foot can be over 12 inches, and we write them as this way. We write them as a ratio. Molar mass is the same type of idea. So molar mass can be written as X grams per 1 mole or 1 mole of X grams. So you can flip-flop conversion factors however you need them to. You'll see how that works in just a minute. So there are some steps in grams to moles conversions or moles to grams conversions, either way. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to count how many atoms of each element is in the compound. The second step, you're going to calculate the molar mass of the compound. The third step is you're going to determine which molar mass conversion to use. So which units do you want on top or on bottom? And the next thing is set up your conversion. So let's look at a couple examples. So our first example is grams to moles. So our question says, how many moles are in 50.4 grams of calcium bromide? So notice we're starting with grams and we want to convert to moles, okay? So here's our first step. Count the atoms in the compound. So we have 1 calcium atom, that's up there, and we have 2 bromines. So 1 calcium, 2 bromines, okay? Our second step is to calculate our molar mass, and if we look at our periodic table, each calcium is 40.08 grams, so 1 times 40.08 gives me 48.08 grams per mole for calcium. And bromine, I have 2 of them, and from the periodic table, they're each 79.9, so it's 2 times 79.9 grams, which would equal 159.8 grams per mole for bromine. Add them both together to get our total molar mass, and you end up getting 199.88 grams per mole for the molar mass of calcium bromide. Step 3. Determine which conversion I'm going to use. Am I going to have the grams on top or the bottom? Well, the easiest way I can tell you to determine which one you're going to use is to look and see what you're starting with. So our starting number is in grams, so we're going to want grams in the bottom. If it was in moles, we'd want moles on the bottom. So whatever units your starting number is in, those units are the ones you want in the bottom. Okay, so we're starting with grams, so you need the one with the grams on the bottom, 1 mole over X grams. So let's start at step 4. Let's set up our conversion. So we start with what we are given, 50.4 grams. We put our units that we start with on the bottom. So we have grams here on the bottom, and this 199.88 sticks with the grams. And so then that means our 1 mole is on top. That now means our grams can cancel to leave us in units of moles, which is what we want. And since this is on the bottom, we would divide 50.4 divided by 199.88, which would get us 0.25 moles of calcium bromide. So if I measured out 50.4 grams of calcium bromide, I would have 0.25 moles of calcium bromide. All right, let's look at another conversion of moles to grams. So here again, we started with grams in the last one. This one we'll start with moles. So how many grams are in 0.943 moles of water? Step 1, count atoms in the molecule. I have 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Step 2, calculate the molar mass of the molecule. So hydrogen, I have 2 of them, and from the periodic table, they're each 1.01. So 2 times 1.01 equals 2.02. Oxygen, there's 1 of them, and from the periodic table, each one is 16. So 1 times 16 equals 16. Add them both together to get the molar mass of water, which will end up getting 18.02 grams per mole. So that's the molar mass of water. Step 3 is determine which molar mass conversion I need to use. Well, I started off with moles, so since I'm starting with moles, I'm going to want moles on the bottom. Okay, whatever units you start with, whatever your number is in, that's the one you want on the bottom. Okay, and then step 4, we're going to set up our conversion. So we started with 0.943 moles. We're going to put moles on the bottom, and then we put 8.02 with the grams. Remember, when you're doing these molar mass, the number that you calculate always stays with the grams. Okay. That means moles can cancel to leave us just in grams, which is what we want. And since this is on the top, we would multiply this time. It's not down here. So we're going to multiply across. So 0.943 times 18.02 would get me 16.99 grams of water. So those are our conversions for our grams to moles or moles to grams. You have a worksheet there you can practice with. So good luck. If you need help, please let me know. Till next time.